The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin.
Welcome back. Welcome, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 92. You get the Nasdaq up 27. S&Ps are up 8. Gold contracts up 320, trading at 12.04. You get silver up 11 cents, $17.12 an ounce. Platinum's up 13 at 9.72. They all just caught a bid because the dollar just went from positive to negative. The dollar right now is down 54 ticks, 101.085. That dollar has set up a potential ABC structure on the way down. We'll see how it handles that B point. The bond market, you get the notes down 7 ticks, 123.30. The note, the 30-year bond is off 24 ticks, 150.09. And folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex product, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the banner on the top of the side. You can click that banner, bring up the exchange. They'll put $25,000 of paper money into your account. You can walk along with us as we trade these defined option contracts. What's happening?
What's happening,
It's a
man?
big day. It's option expiration. It's inauguration. You can expect some volatility out here. Darrell Martin, what's going on?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey,
Doing
Darrell.
great, man. Yourself?
I'm glad to be back.
Good to hear you, man.
And we're glad you're back, man. It's a beautiful thing. You sound
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Thank you.
Totally.
You're back right in time for the big day, man.
I know we got Inauguration Day going on, and like I said, Expiration Friday and everything else all combining up at once, so it ought to be a fun trading day.
Yeah, we got a little market action to start things off with, for sure.
We do.
I know, already moving. Yeah.
Right?
There's movement out there. If we just go over to the dollar, I want to look at this index just for a second. So if we look at this dollar index, that's a fast move down. Okay, so, you know, the index had been as high this morning as 100.485. 101.485, yeah. So it just gave up
400 ticks.
566, right?
400 ticks on the
Wow.
dot.
That's all, huh?
Right? Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. And so let's go back over to the gold market, because, of course, that's the opposite correlation. And we have a Friday. So Friday in the metals market, folks, is always not most of the time, but a lot of the time it can be very dangerous to the metals market, meaning
Oh, quite
it can
a-
drive it lower.
That's a $5 move in that 10-minute bar you're looking
Yeah.
at from just the open at, not the open, 10 o'clock, excuse me.
10 o'clock,
Yeah.
exactly.
They were waiting for our show. They were waiting for your 10 o'clock update.
They were waiting for the 10 o'clock update. There's no doubt about it. That ABC structure on the way down, the dollar, is going to be really intriguing.
What did they just start making announcements at the inauguration at 10 o'clock and everybody said, all right, now's the time to start trading? No.
I suspect that there's going to be high volatility out here today. You know, because the bottom line is that, you know, just option expiration itself has high volatility.
Right.
You know,
and what's interesting, right, is nothing's going to happen today in terms of policy. You know,
Right.
even Trump said Monday, you know, the weekend. But this is your last opportunity to get ahead of
To position.
whatever you might think is coming. And I would bet there might be some tweets this weekend.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, I would bet there might be some rhetoric, some comments, maybe
Right.
some articles. And we'll see what happens. But
Oh,
this is your last opportunity before rhetoric becomes reality. And you know, he's probably going to be signing executive orders that are all going to be
This
made
afternoon.
Monday. Right. And we
Right.
might not find out about them until Monday, or who knows, right? But that's all going to be coming quick, fast, furious, coming at you.
Right. Now, if we go over to the NQs, we take a look at the NQs. So what the NQs did yesterday, folks, is that they tested their high. They failed on price and volume. This morning, as that little futures market popped up there, I actually went and sold. What spread?
I'm shocked. Go ahead.
I know. I sold the 80-point spread. So,
Okay.
so Darrell. Hey,
Oh, bear suits on, huh?
no, listen. Hey, I was just
You're
going to
so-
say to you, nothing has changed.
That's it, yeah. I bet you're so
a shame.
surprised to hear we're going
Now,
short.
you know, one thing that has changed are the bid-offer spreads on Nadex on their
Yes.
spreads.
Let's cover that.
Yes.
Perfect. Go for it. Because they
Yes.
have some more market makers going in there, right? So things are tightening
Yeah,
up.
Yeah, they grew 50% year over year from first quarter of last year to this year.
Yeah.
And so the demand has grown just by traders, so that brought in more market makers, which are also liquidity providers.
Sure.
And they added a regulation basically to help encourage the market makers to tighten up the bid-offer spread, and it is working. I'm looking at the Nasdaq right now. We're talking 2 ticks wide on an option.
Yeah, we just pulled it right up.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
If you go look at Nasdaq options, they're going to be wider than 2 ticks. And on Nadex, though, on the Nadex spreads, you get 2 ticks wide, and which is fantastic. I mean, it's usually 1 tick. And what I want you to understand on 2 ticks is a big thing. Is a tick on Nasdaq is 0.25, right?
Yes.
A tick on Nadex is 0.1.
That's
so
cool.
if you're getting 2 ticks wide, you're getting 0.2. You're getting a tighter bid-offer spread than you would get trading on the CME.
Right. That's pretty intense, man.
And that adds up.
Yeah.
And way tighter than you would on the options. But I mean, even tighter than the futures right now on Nasdaq. You're getting tighter bid-offer spreads.
Well, it's what's wild is that when I say it hasn't changed, meaning I'm selling something.
Right. No. Yeah. No.
I haven't. No, and I love that we're talking about these spreads because it's the first time that I sold the Nasdaq in at least like 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks.
If you say so. That seems like a long
I don't know if I
maybe it's only 5 days. I know. Maybe it's only 5 days.
Darrell, I haven't been short in 2 years, but today I'm doing it because you're back, man.
Maybe it's only 5 days. But I know. Oh my God, that's sad.
Everybody that's listening actually follows this stuff, so we'll have to look that one up. I'm sure maybe we'll get a call.
Well, we've been doing a lot of volatility trade.
We have, but you got a lot of shorts going on while we're doing that.
I do. You stay right there, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien, and we do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. So,
you want to go over your trade real quick, just because we didn't quite cover it as you were. So you got the 80-point spread, right? Let's see. So about 9:58. Looks like you were getting prepared for your 10 o'clock update in the minute prior to it. And where are we at 9:58? Yeah, we're right up here in this bar. So that's nice. Right before you got a little downward action. It looks like so you got in at 5,072.90. Now that's the one that goes from 50.20 up to all the way up to 5,100. And yeah, that's not too bad in terms of, you're getting in at 50.73, let's call it. And the market was trading at about 50.77. So it looks like about 4 points in premium.
Right.
But that's not bad when in reality, I mean, you're risking 27.
it was 263.
That would make sense. Yeah, give or take, 270
per
for
contract,
like 530 on profit. Right.
Right.
So of course you're gonna be paying a little bit premium, but on a day like today, 4 points in Nasdaq premium for risking 230 to make 570. That might be a good play if it ends up working out in your direction. Which right now it's working out okay.
And another, what happens, folks, is that many times, I like to trade it near the top of the box also, and I didn't take the 40-point spread, because it was near the top of the box, but I felt that I had to give this thing breathing room out here, and I didn't want to.
Explain that a little bit when you say give it why?
Well, the top of the box, what would also happen is that
you could have done this one, right? Is that what you're looking at?
That means that I have to absolutely have it close under this 50-80 level.
Okay.
I'll lose everything. Yeah, right.
I got you.
So it's.
I got you.
We'll see where this shakes out today.
One of the big things to remember too on Nasdaq is the spreads are a little narrower from high to low.
Yes.
And just like on any option, you get more premium as you get closer to the floor or ceiling. So it can it gets close to the floor or ceiling a little faster than the other indices.
Right.
So it is on Nadex, the Nasdaq 100 there is more likely to have a little bit of premium in it than the other indices. So if some people are looking for like no premium, they're probably going to want to look at some like Russell or the Dow or the S&P.
S&P, sure. Yeah.
If they want a little bit of premium, which I like the premium. But it's a little more advanced play, but they can hop over on the Nasdaq. So
that's great. That's great information.
But it can move a little slower with that premium, which can really frustrate people. They don't understand that Nasdaq has a little more premium in it because the spread is narrower as far as a percentage basis from high to low.
I mean, we talk about it. What a great time to go over there, download the demo account, even maybe put some real money in there, whether it's $100, $200, just to get acclimated. Because I anticipate we'll see a little bit of volatility in the next few weeks.
Which adds premium, which is a great way to make money just on time.
Yeah, where you're starting, that's where you can get a feel for how that premium works, where you really see the markets move, even if you're not trading it, you're at least aware of, okay, this is how it's moving, this is how the premiums are reacting to the move, then you understand it, then you're comfortable enough to actually put money at risk.
Right.
Yeah, and once you click on, if you go to TFNN.com and click on the Nadex banner there, once you get to the Nadex site, then under trading platforms is where you can get access to the demo trading platform for free.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So right there, I'm showing that up on my screen just in case they show that. But so it's sort of oscillating right there. It's oscillating right off of a half deviation level.
Okay.
So let me move my Nasdaq chart and I'll put it on the screen here. So hopefully that's showing.
There we go.
And, we gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're up literally hit like right on the half deviation, which is 50.77.75. Not surprised to not see it full deviation yet with the anticipation of the swearing speech happening at 11:30. He's supposed to go around, do a little bit of visiting, and then he's like, I'm going back, to the office. So who knows? Like, I expect that we're going to hear news out of that office today.
Okay, we'll see.
Because the stuff I was reading
possible.
was that he was saying he was going to cut it short, I mean, for whatever you want to play why he was, but he said he was going straight back to the White House office to pass things today.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. I mean, his mantra was day one, right? In terms of so for sure.
So I think he's going to do some real day one stuff. Like it or don't like it, whatever, it's still going to be happening, and it's going to be adding volatility. And so he'll be turning down executive orders, and
for sure,
approving things that Congress is going to throw on his desk as far as the budgetary things and the fees and fines and all that of Obamacare that I know that they've been working on already. So it will be an interest. It's going to be fun. I mean, it's going to add.
I was saying last week you should expect the unexpected. You said something like, I didn't expect that or something. I said, man, you shouldn't be expecting anything. You should be expecting the unexpected. For sure. Just keep that awareness that at least for the very near term, where we really don't know what's going to happen, because everything's just been talk up until this point. And I agree with you, Darrell, for sure, but we don't know. We don't know what's going to come on day one. We really don't.
Exactly. Yeah. We should probably see a little slow down, just for those who are riding the short down right now, around 50, 59. That's the deviation of volume from yesterday. And then the point of control is settlement. So that's why, that's going to be a massive magnet today. That's where the highest volume was yesterday, and that's right at 50.53. So I expect to see the market drop a few more points without too much work, and about 10 more points without too much work. And then it'll have a little battle there and decide whether it wants to continue on down to about 50.42, or decide to pop back up and play a little bouncing game between that and half deviation at 50.77.
It's really just going to be interesting to see what happens as just like you said, he gets.
I like that, Bob.
Yeah, I bet you do.
That's no doubt. I suspect, folks. It looks to me, and we'll see. The bulls certainly are not going to give it up. They've been coming back each and every day, coming into this close. Sure. Bottom line, though, I like how that NDX 100 tested the highs yesterday. It was dramatically lighter volume. The last high, which was last week, had 16 million shares. And then the Qs tested with 11. It's like, you got to be kidding me, man. Yeah. And what that says fundamentally, folks, is that there's no buyers up there. You get no buyers, guess what?
I mean, there's quite an open, right? You got an open at around 50, 68. You shoot up 12, 14 points, and in the span of 15 minutes, you just turn right around.
And, well, what's cool about that, what I liked about that, is that there's plenty of traders, and I've been in this group a million times. My stop's above the highs. You know what I mean? I just happened, it wasn't shot, so I was just sitting there waiting for the spike. You know what I mean?
You definitely want to keep your stops in place on a day like today.
You have to.
Oh, my God. Both ways, right?
And
have a plan, stick with it.
Right.
Don't get overextended.
Nadex, so.
Right, no, exactly. You got defined risk, that's your stop, whatever it is, stick with your plan. Don't let things get away from you, because there could be a massive move in either direction as that news possibly breaks.
That's right. And it's amazing, folks, if you were around election night and you were trading, it was both, if you didn't have,
1,000 points down, 1,500 points up.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 700. I mean, it was
1,000 points down.
Okay, so
1,000 points down and then back by the open.
Right. Yeah. So, expect that.
Yeah. Expect it.
Why not? Why not? Right. Exactly.
We'll see what happens.
So let's see where we're at here. This is pretty cool. It's not that.
So you get two contracts, and it looks like, so you got in at 50, 72, 90.
Yeah.
So you're already 7 points down from where? Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. And so with two contracts, you get about $145 in profit. And hey.
And the cool thing is that I got the 80-point spread. That's a big,
And two contracts equals one future. So.
Yeah, and I could get 80 points today. That's only 40 points from where I'm going.
1.5% of the index to put things. We know that's capable.
Right, totally.
For sure.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy, Darrell, myself, we're coming right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Darrell Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 86. You got the NASDAQ up 21. S&Ps are up 7.5. Let's go see what's moving some of these indices out here. So inside the Dow Industrials, the leader out here is Merck. That's up 3.8%. You got Procter & Gamble up 3.2. And that's a big deal. Procter & Gamble came out with numbers. Now, it was intriguing here, and they got a gap up. The numbers were good. And even with the strong dollar, last time they were complaining about the strong dollar.
I heard you talking about them, was it last night's show?
Yeah, last night. Because
Procter
last
& Gamble,
time they
the
come
dollar,
out.
maybe a couple days ago. But I remember you bringing up Procter & Gamble, specifically with the dollar and companies saying the dollar was hurting them.
And that's when the dollar was at 95, you know. So I haven't read through, what they're saying. But bottom line is that, and I was also bringing up the context, folks. What does happen is these companies, when they don't do good, they always seem to blame the strong dollar. Yeah.
Everyone rationalizes their own self-interest in terms of, when companies are doing good, it's because the company rocks. When companies are doing bad, it's because of external forces that are beyond their control. It is, right?
Exactly.
No matter what you...
That's a good way to keep your job, though.
Yeah, it's we all argue our own self-interest, man. We all have biases, and, that's just be aware of that. And that's why... you hear a commentary, ask yourself what that person's interest is when they're giving you that commentary, because most of the time they have a bias in one way or the other.
If we go into the NDX 100, yesterday CSX was up 14%. It's down 4.9% now. The leader out here is Skyworks. That's up 11.5%. Now this is going to be interesting because that's one of the large Apple suppliers.
Okay.
Look at this thing. So what is Skyworks results make? Well,
here do you...
Got a bunch of orders coming in for the new iPhone or something, or what?
Yeah, well, that's...
Q2 beats, $500 million buyback plan they put in there as well. I'm sure the buyback's a big part of it. Let's see, earnings per share, 161 versus 158. You want to go down one more? Yeah. Revenue, they beat $914 million versus $902. They exceeded their expectations.
Yeah, so that's
They looks like good across the board, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go over to Apple for a second, because that is Apple coming out with the numbers on the 31st.
Okay.
It's hanging at highs.
Yeah.
You know? It's going to be wild watching that thing shake out.
It will. You know, I was reading an article yesterday, something about how Apple's been teasing some brand new product maybe they're going to come out with, and they're saying maybe it has to do with augmented reality. So augmented reality is maybe, you know, just like the Pokemon game where, you know, you put on glasses or something, and meanwhile there's visuals showing in reality, but then it's augmented, and so they're adding all these elements, and that might be the next big thing. You know, you go to a football game, right? And all of a sudden you have all these statistics displaying over the field, in the middle of the air. You know, as in
that's pretty cool.
Technology is merging with reality, and that is going to be the next thing.
Wow.
So you go to a football game, and it's actually as good as watching it at home. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's so cool. You watch the replays, you have all the stats, you have the first down marker, you have everything. That's going to be incorporated into like a live experience pretty soon. And whoever corners that market and has that technology, it was an interesting article in terms of how fast things are changing technology-wise right now.
I can see that, because I remember when between hockey and football, I just loved it when they put the lines on the TV.
Right.
That was awesome.
That first down marker, it's an accepted deal now.
Right.
And when they first did it, you know, people are stuck in their ways. They don't like change, right? You see this yellow line on the field. What is that, man? You know, and then like within 1 week, right, everyone's like, well, that's pretty cool, you know, and it just stays. And so you'll see how things change.
Right,
It's cool to think about.
There's no doubt, man.
Yeah.
877-927-6648. And, you know, when you're trading the Nadex product, folks, bottom line, you can be trading currencies out there. You can be trading commodities. You can be trading the indices. The currencies, no doubt, have been moving around in an extraordinary way.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, come this Sunday night, you can expect some movement. How about that pound movement, huh, Darrell?
Oh, man, it's been insane.
Yeah.
So we've had this huge, I mean, it's one thing I always close out every day anyway, but man, somebody trying to hold into the weekend lately, like, is nuts on FX, because just the gaps have been so massive.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get the nice runs right there, right at the opening, and so Sunday nights are good times to trade.
It is.
So, Nadex opens at 6 o'clock Eastern time, and you can hop on and trade FX. And
right.
I imagine this Sunday night is going to be a particularly great night to be watching the market.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
We'll be out there.
Oh,
and the Patriots will be playing.
That's right.
They start at 6, right?
6:30, something like that. Yeah. So
Listen to you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, your poor Dallas team, man.
I know. That was quite a game, man. Quite a game.
That was a fantastic game to watch.
Amazing. I was telling my dad about it. It was that fourth quarter. I haven't seen anything like it. 3 50-yard field goals in the final minute and a half of the game. Not to mention everything else that went with it, the passes. Pretty surreal. Playoff football at its finest.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, man. Oof.
Yeah, he came to play.
He did. Dallas came to play too, man. You know, so often the NFL they say
Dallas lost the first quarter. Just do it.
It's tough. It is. You know, it's they say, you know, so often, man, especially when you get two offensive powerhouses, last team with the ball, they're just gonna get it done. You know, and
That's true. 3 seconds, man. They took it.
They did. That was.
We were just like sitting there, just like cheering for overtime.
Oh, I know. That's the excruciating part, man. When you want to cheer for like time to go by in an NFL game, more often than not, you're in trouble, right? That's
3 seconds. They lost in 3 seconds.
I know that last pass. I mean, I was, you know, and I didn't even have a horse in the game, really. I was just amazed at it. And man, that last pass, it just came out of nowhere. You almost thought it was heading for overtime, right? He gets sacked. There's 11 seconds left. You're thinking, okay, and then.
I mean, it was like, wow.
It really was. It was out of nowhere. Hopefully, we get some good games this weekend. I'm sure we will.
That's going to be a hard one to beat.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know, if we go over and we take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here in this market, we'll actually see if we get any volume. Bristol Myers is getting smoked. That's down 10%. Pretty intense.
Yeah.
We'll go back. That was I believe, a drug they're pulling off the market. It's down $5.50, $5.30.
Man.
Yeah, I know.
Drug companies.
Exactly. You get Skyworks Solutions up 9.53.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Merck is up 2.24. You got Procter & Gamble up 2.75. Let's go look at that Bristol Myers for a second. So Bristol Myers, this has been a dog anyway. Yeah, there she is.
Pharmaceuticals, a good place to be checking out right now with all the volatility going on with them. So.
Yep. So look at this, man. You talk about gaps. So Bristol Myers was traded at 75 in August of 2016. It gaps down at 64, drifts down to 55, then gaps down to 49, does a counter trend bounce to 60, and then falls out of bed again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Seriously, man.
I mean, when you're living and dying off news on drugs, you better be prepared to wake up and have some gaps because news. I mean, you just should, you know, because they're
those are the craziest ones to trade.
They are. They're not consistent, you know, retail or they're not consistent companies.
We got FDA approved.
That's what. Yeah, they're really news driven with very volatile variables that are in play 24/7 as those drug trials come too.
And look at that.
Completely unpredictable. You have no idea what's going to pop up.
That 49 is a high volume low too.
Yeah, they had downgrades, won't pursue accelerated pathway for one of their drugs, it's looking like. So yeah, things come out and they say, you know what, it's not working out well, so we're not going to pursue an accelerated path, which sometimes the FDA allows for groundbreaking drugs. And guess what? Nope, not going to happen. Sorry.
See ya. Don't want to be ya. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow is up 88, Nasdaq's up 22, S&P's up 7.5. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is up 91. You get the Nasdaq up 21. S&Ps are up 7.5. Darrell, Tommy and I, we've been doing a lot of the volatility trades inside the oil and the gas. So it's going to be
the inventory news as they break.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh man, oil and gas are fantastic. You get them every week.
Yep.
So yeah.
And
love
and well, it's going to get interesting, I guess, is that looking at the
this week's a little bit off because of the holiday, so it's on a different day, so it doesn't act the same.
Yeah,
no, I know. We didn't do it
the Monday.
Yeah.
They pushed the oil back to Thursday at 11 o'clock for whatever reason, and then natural gas actually stays on Thursday, usually at 10:30. So
Right.
It makes it a little weird when they do the holiday week because
Yeah.
you don't have the same traders doing the same trade a lot of times.
Sure.
And a lot of traders get caught in that because they have no idea.
Yeah, no, and that's
And,
we've talked about it before. That's where you want to be familiar with what you're trading, right? Because we've
Yeah.
pulled it up before, and without even realizing it, just looking at the premium.
You knew it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I said there's no way that news is about to come out in a minute because there's like zero premium priced in that product.
Right.
Whereas on other days, that's where you just want to be familiar with things. We stress the demo, but it's real deal. You want to be familiar with how these are priced, where the premium is before you trade them, because just like that, we pulled it up one day, Darrell, just like that, and guess what? There was like, the whole trade, both sides, was going to cost us like $11. There was no premium, and I said, no, this is, that's where I like the phrase red flag, right? There's a red flag. Something is not right here. Figure it out. Make sure you know what you're doing. And sure enough, the news wasn't about to break. And
So it looks too good to be true, or you think there's way too much premium and you don't think anything is going on.
That's
I've had that happen before.
Same deal.
I was hopping on NASDAQ, and I'm like, I cannot believe how much premium there is. This is amazing. And I just wasn't paying attention, and there was one of the company's earnings about to come out.
Yeah.
So Facebook was about to come out.
I was just going to say, it was like, Amazon, right?
That's a great point, just the other side. I see what you're saying, because you were going to sell it for the premium.
You're going to absorb that premium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you were going to absorb it, all right.
Right.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam, 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 bam.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
right.
No,
I'm like,
that's
okay,
what-
I missed something stupid obvious here.
Yeah.
And it was a earnings, which I should have known, and
But you don't always,
but
and
there's
that's where
there's a
you're
lot
used
of
to
stuff.
things.
Yeah,
That's
right.
and we should have known it in the same way. But guess what, man? Time creeps up, and you got a lot of things on your plate, and that's where you want to be used to how these trade, so that you don't need to know every detail, and you can just pick up on those tendencies when something else is at play.
These with the
NASDAQ's doing all right.
and NASDAQ is doing fine. I know, man. It's what does happen, of course, folks, with the NASDAQ, is when this thing moves, man, it can move. Well, it just
No, for sure. There's volatility, and especially like even Darrell was saying, compared to the S&P versus how they move within the spread. 80 points for the Nasdaq. That is very easily achievable, especially recently, especially maybe today.
because it's at its highs too.
Right.
It doesn't take much when you're at the highs and it's been a one-way trade.
Sure.
To people say, okay, listen, I made a fortune. Do I want to just at least look at it this weekend?
I know, right? Do you want to have to be looking at Twitter all weekend on your phone? Seriously?
Worrying that what company is going to go down the tubes?
Right? No.
Yeah. Because one of the big things out here for the technology companies is these HB visas.
Sure.
That bottom line is that I suspect they're going
bring
to
in a lot of talent, and that could be in trouble, right? No.
Right.
And really, I think that the words are going to mean more in an hour. About an hour.
Yeah, they're going
to mean a lot more, as they should, because
it's power.
Now he has the power to have the policy.
Yeah, and they might actually be more factual. Who knows? There might be some. I don't necessarily think so, but they could. They could say, "I'm going to do this."
Right.
Because now you actually are
And
president.
then it's done.
Right. No, and then it's that's
Right.
people better be listening. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I want to highlight one more time just these bid offer spreads. I am loving this.
Yeah.
So what's
Market maker.
we pulled it up. Is it? And it's really just across the board, right, Darrell?
Yeah, across the board they've got a lot tighter, and basically you have market makers tripping over each other to get those fills, and I mean there are 2-3 ticks, which what that means as a trader is the market has to move less in my favor for me to be getting a profitable position.
Yeah, for you and for us,
the spread's important, man. It is, because especially if you're trading quick, right? If you want to get in and you get out,
exactly.
You're getting the spread on both sides, so you got to be aware of that.
Right.
I mean, when you're talking a 2-tick bid offer spread on which is really less than a full size tick on a future, I mean, you're literally talking the market can move less. Can literally move a tick and you can be in profit.
Yeah,
I know.
And you can see, we were looking at it, right? So you have one market maker. It looks like that they're putting in bid and ask sizes of about 20 contracts on each side. Looks like you have one market maker that's doing 17 contracts for their bid offer. And as those get straddled on different sides, they're squaring off, and you can see how fast this thing's moving right now.
Yeah, here's the depth right there. If you open a Nadex ticket up, you can do top or you can do depth. If you do depth, you can see like who's competing against each other and all that stuff and what's up. And so it actually lets you see exactly what you're talking about, Tommy.
Yes, right. And that's exactly what we're looking at, right? Where you can see, and so you can see, you can kind of pair off which market maker is the bid and the offer. And it's not the same market maker making that bid offer spread with 2 ticks. What's great is you have market makers competing with each other, and that's where the spread gets tight.
And you know what's going to be cool, folks, is that normally when us as an individual, when you get in the middle of them, they would never move. You could sit there for a bit, okay? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when you get in the middle of these. Look at this. This is turning into that's 1 tick.
I was going to say that's
crazy.
The only way to get in the middle of a 0.2 tick spread is to get 0.1. So
that is intense, man. That is.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah. That is over the top, man.
It's about as close as you can get.
I hope all you Tigers are listening to this that trade futures, because this is unreal.
You're basically the market maker. It's as close as you can be to it without even,
You're getting better bid offer than on the CME.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is freaking intense.
For active traders, that's a big deal.
Oh, it's everything, man.
Exactly.
You kidding? That's like unbelievable.
Yeah. And at Nadex, I want people to know this. I keep up with every notice just because I trade it for a living. And but they actually passed a rule for their market makers, incentivizing them, sort of penalizing them if they make their bid offers too wide. So incentivizing them to keep them smaller. So it's a sort of a cool regulation. It's like, hey, let's keep this marketplace fair, and let's keep it competitive, and let's make it a true marketplace. And
because everyone's going to win there as order flow increases.
Well,
it's not a big deal that they're
They have enough contracts now that the incentive that the market maker is enough bread even at a tick or 2 ticks.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, and as a trader, I'm like, why would I trade a future when I can get a better bid offer and actually be in profit faster?
Right.
Just doing it right here. Yeah. So and it's actually a little bit cheaper. So because I'm paying 90 cents a side, 2 contracts equals 1 future. So you're talking $1.80 a side, 360, and I mean it's pretty hard to get a 360 round turn on Nasdaq at just about any broker.
Yeah.
So that's actually a really good,
So
total cost.
So let's walk through this. It's amazing actually, because when you actually walk through it, for all the folks that trade futures out there, you know that you still don't have defined risk either. It's like, okay, hold it. My spread's tighter. I'm trading the exact same product. I have defined risk, and it's cheaper. It's like, okay.
I agree.
That is
sold,
cool.
Man. Sold.
Now, it's wild, Darrell, and folks.
Now you just need the market to fall out of bed. But go ahead.
Well, hey, listen, for bulls and
no.
That's all.
I'm kidding.
I agree.
I am.
But now, I remember when this happened in the equity market. And it was a field day, okay? Because we'd go from, like, we used to buy a stock.
Point, right?
Yeah, immediately we're losing from $125 to $250.
I was going to say,
you
trade 1,000 shares at a quarter point spread, you lose $250 to get in, and guess what? You want to get out? That's another $250.
Okay.
And now it's 1 penny.
Yeah, unreal.
Yep.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy, Darrell, and myself, we're coming right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Darrell Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. You have the Dow Industrials right now up 91. You get the Nasdaq up 18. S&Ps are up 7.5. And, folks, you can test drive the Nadex platform. Come over to our website at TFNN. You'll see the banner on the top of the side. You can bring the banner up. They'll put $25,000 of paper money into your account. And as Darrell, Tommy, and myself, we've been talking about the tightness in these spreads. Test drive it so you can see exactly what we're talking about, particularly, if you're futures traders, because the bottom line is that...
Yeah, and you want to get used to everything. Even during the break, we were looking at, Darrell, what you were looking at, which was, I think, the 50-20 versus 50-60 spread. And that one right now is super tight with 0.1, 0.2. And then you jump to the 80-point spread, and sometimes that's jumping around a little bit wider just from how the market makers... And I said, the market's going so fast right now, too. I think with news that's going to oscillate. But you just get used to everything, and, you jump around, those contracts and how they work, and that way, depending on what you'd like, right? If you're making a really quick trade right now, depending on what you're bearish, you'd want to make sure that if there's another spread with a tighter spread in it, you're in that spread, right?
This is where, big time. Because if you're going in...
Because right now there's a 0.6 spread actually in the bigger one.
Yep. And that's only 2 ticks in the 40-point one.
Right.
So if you're going in for 10 points, 5 points, go for the 0.2.
And then, tying things even further, though, guess what? This one's right at the top, so there's a lot of premium in here, whereas this one is actually trading dollar for dollar right in the middle of the 80 points, so that's where you got to weigh the good and the bad.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Darrell?
I'm here.
There we go.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. I was wondering. And then we went right to the tick. Remember I called that 50-59 level?
Yeah.
And I said there's going to be a battle right there. And so, we went to the tick at 50-59.
And so that was the deviation level, right?
It wasn't a deviation. It was the high of basically what's called value area.
Okay.
Where the 70% of the volume is contained in that area. That's on the high level.
Okay.
And so right to the tick of that, and I'm like, okay, it's going to go there. It's going to battle a little bit. Then it'll drop down to settlement. It's going to break through that because that's where the highest volume was yesterday, the highest volume price.
Sure.
And then if we can break through 53, then we got to drop right down to 50-52. So we're just waiting on it right now just to do its thing.
The battle's on.
Everyone's waiting, man.
The battle's on, baby.
Waiting.
Let me see
And if you're a scalper, like with these tight spreads, you can scalp with them now.
I know.
So that's another dynamic. And this is where you scalp. You scalp where these battle zones are.
Yeah.
So when I'm like, hey, it's going to battle at 50-59, it's going to battle at 50-53, that's where you want to go in. And if you're getting 2 tick wide spreads, all you need is a few ticks up. You're profitable, by $60.
Yeah,
if you got,
right.
say, 10 contracts, a couple ticks. You can just literally trade off of a few ticks and hop in there and get in, get out, and actually take advantage of those type bid offers, because that's scalping really needs tight bid offers for it to work.
You can't be
Before-
paying a spread going for small
Yeah,
margins,
and,
right?
And before the spreads weren't a great scalping tool, part of that because it's a bid offer.
Yes.
But now that they actually are competitive, then you can actually use them for scalping. Now, if you're going to scalp, a word to the wise, make sure that you're using ones that have what I call proximity, really tight proximity.
Okay.
Which means that they're trading, their bid and offer is right near where the bid and offer of the underlying market is.
Right.
So, the market right now is at, say, 50.63. You're looking at a spread that's priced, within a few ticks of 50.63 because it'll move really fast. And so not only do you want that tight bid offer, but if you're going to scalp, you want a very fast-moving spread.
Great point.
So,
Great point.
Yeah, you don't want to have to worry about the market moving and then the spread being slow on the uptake.
Right. That's, scalping is not a premium play. It's a get in, get out. No time involved. You're trying to just grab your few ticks and move on. So just keep that in mind that they're about the same price. Otherwise, if you don't know, then they have to move a lot and you're not able to scalp.
Nice. Listen, it's beautiful to have you back, man. You have a great weekend, safe weekend. Of course, I look forward to speaking to you next week. Thanks for being
Monday.
Absolutely. Yeah, Monday. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Brave New World, Monday. Here we go.
Brave New World. You stay right there, man. Mr. Basil Chapman's going to bring you into that Brave New World. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Wow! Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.